Thank you for being here. Whether you're sitting in this room with a heart that's heavy, a mind that's restless, or a spirit trying to rise again, I want to say one thing before anything else. You're not broken beyond repair. Yes, life after a breakup can feel like you've been shattered into 1,000 pieces. It can feel like grief, like losing a part of yourself, like mourning a future that will never be. And let's not pretend, it hurts. Deeply, relentlessly, sometimes silently, sometimes violently. The pain can linger in places you didn't even know existed inside you. But here's the truth I want to offer you today: a breakup is not the end of your story. It is the turning of a page. It is the beginning of a chapter you haven't written yet. So you have to understand the following. 1. The grief is real, but so is the growth. First, we need to honor the pain. Let's stop pretending that heartbreak is just an emotional inconvenience. No, heartbreak is real. It's the kind of pain that doesn't always show up on medical scans, but it can keep you awake at 3 a.m. questioning your worth, your choices, your past, your future. So cry if you must. Scream into the void. Write letters you'll never send. Mourn what could have been. Allow yourself to feel the absence. That's not weakness, that's healing in motion. But know this: your pain is not pointless. The aching in your chest, that's the space where growth begins. That's where resilience takes root. That's where the old self crumbles so the new self can rise. 2. You are not defined by who left. Let me say something to those who were left behind: you are not someone's leftovers. You are not less worthy because someone couldn't see your value or didn't know how to love you right. Sometimes, people leave because they weren't meant to stay. Sometimes, they walk away because their chapter in your story has ended, and that's okay. You are not defined by the one who walked out. You are defined by the way you choose to walk on. Let go of the idea that your worth is wrapped up in someone else's ability to love you. Their inability to stay doesn't diminish your light. Their silence doesn't invalidate your voice. Their absence does not erase your beauty, your purpose, your identity. 3. This is a return to yourself. A breakup, at its core, is not just the end of a relationship, it's the start of a reunion with yourself. Somewhere along the way, you might have compromised too much, bent too far, or given so deeply that you lost pieces of your own identity in the process. Now is your chance to find those pieces again. To remember who you were before love blurred the mirror. To rediscover passions that were buried under compromise, dreams that were delayed, and the voice that got quieter each time you swallowed your truth. Rebuild yourself not for revenge, not to prove a point, but because you are worth returning to. 4. Learn, don't linger. Every relationship is a teacher. Some teach us what love feels like. Others teach us what love does not look like. Both are valuable. Ask yourself, what did I learn? What patterns do I need to break? What boundaries must I set next time? What parts of myself did I ignore to keep someone else happy? The goal is not to become bitter, closed off, or afraid to love again. The goal is to become wiser. To love with eyes open. To give your heart not because it's empty, but because it's full of self-awareness. Do not linger in the past trying to fix what's already broken. That chapter is closed. Rereading it 100 times won't change the ending. What you can do is take the lessons with you, and leave the rest behind. 5. Fall in love again, with your life. You may not be ready to love someone else again, and that's perfectly okay. But can I ask you something? Can you fall in love with your life again? Can you wake up tomorrow and choose joy, not because everything is perfect, but because you've decided to survive anyway? Can you go to the movies alone and laugh until your stomach hurts? Can you pick up an old hobby, book that trip, try that new food, or dance in your room to your favorite song, just because you're alive? You are allowed to love your life again, even if someone didn't choose to share it with you. Reclaim your mornings. Rewrite your routines. Surround yourself with people who see you, not as an extension of what you lost, but as a whole, beautiful person who's still becoming. 6. What's meant for you will never have to be forced. Let this truth carry you: what is meant for you will never have to be begged for. It will not leave you guessing. It will not make you feel like you're hard to love. It will choose you, not because you begged for it, but because it sees your soul and wants to stay. That kind of love still exists. But you won't find it in desperation. You won't find it chasing ghosts or rereading texts or trying to convince someone to come back. You'll find it when you are whole enough to walk away from what doesn't serve you. When you're full enough to not settle for crumbs. When you're brave enough to believe that love is not supposed to hurt all the time. Let go of the temporary so you can make room for the timeless. 7. You are still worthy of love. Finally, let me remind you, you are still worthy of love. Not because of what you can offer. Not because of your relationship status. But because you are human. Because your heart still beats. Because you still hope. Because you still show up, even with the scars. You are worthy, even now. Even after the mistakes. Even after the heartbreak. Even after the nights you thought you wouldn't make it. The road ahead may be unfamiliar, but you are not alone on it. Thousands have walked this path before you. And thousands more will follow. But you are writing your version. One step at a time. One day at a time. Conclusion. The phoenix always rises. In mythology, the phoenix is a creature that dies in fire, only to rise again, more powerful and radiant than before. You, too, are a phoenix. Yes, the fire of heartbreak may have burned you. It may have turned everything familiar into ash. But from those ashes, you rise. Not as who you were, but as who you were always meant to become. So walk forward, not because you forgot the past, but because you chose not to live there anymore. The love you seek will come. But the love you give to yourself now is the most important chapter of all. This is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of your comeback. Thank you.